Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, B-O-T-T-U, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unfiltered Sports. I'm your host, Shaq Mack, and we are going to be talking about keeping that same energy. We're going to kind of pick up from where we left off on Tuesday with Take It or Leave It, but we're going to tie it into keeping that same energy. Man, we still outside with it, man. It's still snowing on the ground, but we still got to keep that same energy. Man, I'm telling you, when we stay indoors and play basketball, you got hoopers who think they still can hoop and want to relive their glory days, but man, they better keep that same energy, keep that same mindset, right? Because when you say less, you do more, right? So no pressure, no apologies, bring the heat and keep that same energy. Because here on Unfiltered Sports, we don't protect your feelings. We could care less. So, first thing I want to talk about, right, is superstars. Do superstars really disappear in the fourth quarter or do they show up for their team? What I mean by that, right? If you disappear on your team in the fourth quarter, are you really considered a superstar? I think that's a great question, right? Because when we look at that, I've seen time and time again where LeBron James has given up on his team in the fourth quarter. It's not even just in the fourth quarter, it's in the game in general where the coach is trying to call a timeout and LeBron is at the other team's sideline, the bench, talking to them or whatever, just laughing. The game is being played and he's talking to the other bench in the middle of the game while the play is being ran. Mike Sports Vibes, what's going on? So my question to you, audience, is LeBron James truly a superstar if he's given up on his team in the fourth quarter? I've seen it time and time again where the game is on the line and LeBron passes the ball. Don't get me wrong, he holds some records that he broke from the NBA, but is he truly considered a superstar because he wanted to jump from team to team to team to win a championship? Can LeBron James actually win a championship by himself, or does he need to continue to build a superstar team around himself? I guarantee you, if we talk about the Sixers, because the Sixers is my squad, when we talk about the Sixers, we got some young blood that's playing very good basketball. When I talk about young blood, we talk about Tyrese Maxey from when the last time I checked was ranked 8th in the running for the MVP of the NBA. When we look at VJ Edgecombe, number 3 for Rookie of the Year, it's crazy. When the Sixers have a healthy Joel Embiid and a non-drug taking Paul George on the court at the same time as VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey, what happens? They do damage. Don't get me wrong. LeBron's definitely a superstar. But let's look at the overall take of everything, right? Is that when the game is really on the line, can he really handle the heat? LeBron, when he was with Cleveland, by himself, he couldn't do anything. He had to team up with Wade. He had to team up with Chris Bosh. He had to team up with Anthony Davis, right? He had to team up with these people. He had to team up with Kyrie just to win in NBA Finals. I think it's just mind blowing because if you really look at if LeBron took majority of those shots and missed, would he still have the same records that he hold now? If LeBron stayed in Cleveland without leaving to Miami, without going to LA, if he just stayed in Cleveland, would he still have the same amount of NBA finals that he has today if he stayed in Cleveland by himself? And my take on that is I highly doubt that he would have the same amount of NBA finals if he stayed in Cleveland. That man was too worried about Delonte West sleeping with his mom than he was trying to win an NBA finals. I'm just saying, that's crazy. We look at this as well, right? It says superstars don't clock out the game when the game gets close, when the game is tight. They don't clock out. Like I said, I've seen it time and time again where LeBron is on the bench talking to the other team's bench, and JJ Redick called a timeout, and he can barely get LeBron's attention. Or if it's mid play and he's trying to run a play, but he can't because LeBron's talking to the other team's bench. So he has to call a timeout to get LeBron's attention. But if you say something to him, you're in the wrong. So you're going to lose your job because he's going to go above you to the GM, to the owner. Hey, you need to get rid of this person, get rid of so and so. If not, then I'm gone. So, like, it's crazy to think that, right? So, who's a superstar, quote unquote superstar, in your books that is actually a superstar? Or is there a superstar in your books that shouldn't even be considered a superstar? I want to hear it in the chat. Right? Because, again, I said this on Tuesday and I said it last week. My top three: Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and then I would put Steph Curry, Bill Russell, somebody, but not LeBron. So that's what I'm talking about. Let's look at how, after the All-Star break, the Sixers had been playing some really decent basketball. All right. If you say put LeBron, why put LeBron? Why put LeBron? He cries too much for me. I'm going to put this out there for everybody to hear, and this is going to go on the internet. I got players on my basketball team who play better basketball than LeBron James. And if they had the right opportunity, they will be shining in the NBA right now. I want to take the moment, though, take a quick moment to shout out the OG Network for being such a great host, for allowing us to come in on Tuesdays and Thursdays for Unfiltered Sports. Shout out to Out the Pit. Shout out to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter. Shout out to Top to Bottom, hair and skincare products. You know, shout out to Ant Like the Bug. Shout out to Bam Bam and everybody on the Fracker Show. So I appreciate you guys for the support. And honestly, yes, Kobe is dead and Jordan's retired and washed up. But Kobe, even in the All-Star game, has locked LeBron James up. Kobe is way better than LeBron James. So we just gonna take it for that. So, like I said this on Tuesday, and I'm gonna repeat it again today. In the Jordan era, everybody wanted to be like Mike. In the Kobe era, everybody wanted to be like Black Mamba. But in the LeBron era, everybody wants to be like Steph Curry. Everybody's trying to shoot the three-pointer. Everybody's trying to shoot from the logo. Everybody's trying to dribble between three players and then shoot the basketball. Who have we seen done that time and time again? Steph Curry. And I 100% agree that the Delaware Dogs should be the next marketed team in the NBA. 100%. Black Mamba still can lock LeBum down even in the afterworld. Now, that would be a game to see in the afterworld. You know, just LeBum James playing against Kobe. Lockdown at the pearly gates. Just have the court right there at the gates. Says you beat Kobe Bryant, you enter. You lose, you're gone. That would be crazy. I'm just saying. Now that's a hot take right there. Forget your feelings. Forget what you think. I'm just speaking the truth right there, though. Man, it is crazy because I don't really listen to people who are geographically challenged because their opinion doesn't even matter. And I'm gonna keep saying this over and over again because somebody he just comes in every single time that we chime in for Unfiltered Sports, and guess what? Every single time he gets offered to come on here as a host, and every single time that same person turns that opportunity down. I just think he's scared. I think that every time, I think I would be rich for every time I offered this man to come on the show, and he's turned me down. Like that's how many times I've offered him to come on the show and he's turned it down. He's scared. Scared. Now, when we look at playing a game of basketball, it doesn't matter how you start the game, but how you finish the game. I've seen teams time and time again play really crappy basketball in the first quarter, second quarter. Come third and fourth quarter, they turn it around and they finish strong and win the game. Let me tell you about them Dogs. Where the Dogs went down to DC and played down in DC. Within like the first 10 minutes of the game, we were down by 20 points. We played the entire game calm, collective, cool. The second half came back. Started knocking points down, going to the free throw line, scoring points. Believe it or not, 30 seconds left in the game. 30 seconds left in the game. We fouled them. They sent them to the free throw line. They missed both free throws. We get the basketball. We go down. Actually, we were down 6 at this point. We go down. We get fouled, shoot our free throws, make all 3 free throws. Now it's about 15 seconds remaining. We foul them again. They go to the free throw line, miss one, make one. We call a timeout. Actually, no, they didn't. They missed both free throws. We get the rebound. We call a timeout. We advance the ball. We get the ball. No, we didn't. We get the ball after we call a timeout. We inbound it, and I tell you, it's like 3 at this point. It's like 3 to 5 seconds left, and then we shoot almost a half court 3-point shot, and we make it to send the game into overtime. We sent that game into overtime. Needless to say, like I said, it's not about how you start the game because we started that game pretty rusty. We played really horrible in the first half. We came into the second half and then we won the second half. We lost the game in overtime on a technicality, but that's okay. They played great basketball. Bronny James to beat my entire team, smoking crack or something, because no, he cannot. My entire starting 5 will lock Bronny James down. hands down will lock him down. Bronny James is not good. The only thing that he's good at is playing video games. He need to stick to Call of Duty, and that's how he's going to make his money. See, the thing is that when NIL took over the sports world and Bronny James started making money in high school and then into college, he stopped playing the game of basketball because he loved the game of basketball and because it was fun, and started playing it because he was already making millions of dollars in college, even in high school, off of NIL deals. And honestly speaking, I don't even think he really wanted to be in the NBA. He just went to the NBA because his dad has so much pull in the NBA that he got him a spot on the Lakers. He did not deserve that spot on the Lakers. JJ Redick was paid to tell the media that he earned that spot when he did not at all. But let's look at it this way right here, right? Is that analytics are tools for the game that they play, not excuses. So, do numbers matter? Do the stats matter when it comes to the sport that you play? Or do the numbers not really matter at all? Do it like when we look at football, for example, right? Do the stats really matter because it's a 17 game season compared to people who played in a 16 game season, right? When the if someone was to beat the all-time single season rushing record, will they really be considered the Russian leader because they had an extra game? Or is the person who held that record for 16 games still the Russian leader because they did it in less time? Would they have had more rushing yards if they had 17 games in that season? Or would he have sat out that last game and not even played at all? See, I believe that the numbers really do matter. But don't throw efficiency out there and talk about how efficiency is about this or efficiency is about that, right? Don't throw that at me when I watch people like LeBron James avoid all the pressure in the fourth quarter when it counted the most. When it counted the most, I get you. Oh, if you that old, just retire. If you don't want to play basketball like you truly played before. Because if Jordan was still playing basketball in this generation, he would still be able to be better than LeBron James. What's going on, Mental Raccoon? Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for stopping in. See, there's a difference between playing smart basketball and playing safe basketball. Which one is LeBron doing? Is he playing smart basketball or is he playing safe basketball? You know, see, in sports in general, right? I think it's very interesting. And I just want to shout out really fast for high school basketball. I want to shout out Coatesville High School basketball team for making it to the PIAA 6A high school boys basketball championship game. And I believe they're playing at St. Joseph's this Sunday at 3:00. So yeah, it's going to be a good game for them. So huge shout out to them. And with that being said, though, is when we look at seeding in the playoffs, do the seeding really matter? Because and I asked this question because if you were ranked the 8th seeded team in the NBA playoffs and you played that first seeded team, do you still have a shot at knocking them off and moving on to that next round? I truly believe and I truly think that they do have an opportunity to knock off that first seeded team. But do it really matter? How is seeding really done anyway? Let's find out, right? So, also, are we quick to judge people so fast based off their mishaps, or do we give them the credit that is deserved? Sixers are going to beat Miami Heat tonight. I'm just saying, but it is what it is. See, I think we focus more on the personality of a person and give them all the glory and responsibilities way too fast. Like, smile, you go to your interviews, you have your social media presence, cool. But when it's time to win, where's that personality at? None of it shows up. It just stays in the box. It's just hung, like it's just in that box. Like, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, every hater out there judged AJ Brown for his social media presence on how he felt about not getting as much receptions from Jalen Hurts and not getting the ball as much. Then he stopped going on social media and he was performing. It was giving him the ball and he was cool. Then what? Oh man, y'all need to get rid of him. Oh, he's a cancer to the team. He's headache in the locker room. Blah 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 blah. But it's not okay for him to do it. But it's okay for someone like LeBron James to do it. Like let's bring up the scale here. Let's weigh that. Because if you can't defend in space your playoff liability, like you are just a liability as a person. If you can't defend in the space that you're supposed to defend in, you're a liability to your team, you're a liability to the when it comes to the playoffs as well. But chat, let's hear it loud and proud. I want to throw this back out there again because I want to hear this from everyone that's still watching live. Let's hear your top three one more time. Top three. Let's hear it. Who is your top three? And why? Why would you put them as your top three? I already told you who my top three was, but let's just circle back to that. Some good cheesecake milkshake right here. Just saying. Top of the notch. We talking practice? Practice. How the hell am I gonna make my team better by practice? I'm the best player on the team, and we talk about practice? Ha! Practice. Practice. But when we talk about practice and we talk about the game that I love, we talked about those Delaware dogs that's in the building. I just want to shout out those Delaware dogs again, right? Because it was a huge 360 turnaround from last year to this year, where we got 10 wins, 3 losses. We're sitting at number 2 in our division. We got 2 very important home games to end our regular season this Saturday and Sunday, both at 12 o'clock. And if we win out and the number 1 seed in our division loses at least one game or both games, we will be able to take over that first seed in our division. Now, if we stay at the number 2 seed in our division and we meet the minimum requirement games, which we will by Sunday, we'll be hosting the first 2 rounds of playoffs in the dog pound. That would be March 7th and March 8th. I didn't say teams, I said players. So let's learn to listen. Clean your ears out, Ben. But the Dogs would host the first 2 rounds in the dog pen March 7th and March 8th at 12 o'clock. And no, we need all your help and all your support. And when I say all your help and all your support, I mean watching live here on YouTube when we got the games live stream. Bringing the energy in the chat. If you are able to make a game in person in Newcastle, Delaware, this Saturday, in Dover, Delaware this Sunday, please show up. We appreciate all the support. If you would like and subscribe to this channel, it will help us out a lot because we need the support of those that have been supporting us all season long. And the road to Atlanta, because the championship weekend is in Atlanta this year for the American Basketball Association, the road starts in Delaware, meaning we control our destiny in Delaware. And so when we win, we will host that first round of the playoffs, March 7th. When we win, we will host the second round. When we win, we would travel to that first seeded team, which that first seeded team is in South Carolina, I believe. I believe the Edgewood 96ers are in South Carolina. So we will be able to drive down to South Carolina. We will be able to play a game of basketball against that number 1 seeded team on March 14th. And then when we win, we would go to that the Final Four of the region, and then we would be able to kind of play it from there. Now, if we make it that far, when we make it that far, we would play one of the top seeded teams in the nation who is undefeated right now. I believe they're like 16-0 right now. So like they've been playing some really good basketball all year round. So then we would face them. And then if and when we win, we would go into the region championship. And then if and when we win, we would go down to Atlanta for the Final Four and play in that Final Four weekend. And so when I say like there's a lot of good things happening with the Delaware Dogs basketball team, like there's a lot of good things, and we need all your support. And so that's why I'm really, really appreciative of everybody that's liked and subscribed so far. But if you're on here, you watching, you just stopping in, please like, subscribe, and share because it's going to help us out a lot. Also, we're selling merchandise. So if you haven't already, please check out some of the merchandise that we got. We got some hoodies that's out there. We got the mental health hoodies to support mental health for everyone. We got the regular dogs hoodies with the dog logo on it. And everything's made in-house. So I make them and I ship them out myself. And then, we may have an opportunity for jerseys to be sold. If not, we do have that opportunity for donations. So we will have the link, and I'll put that in the chat right now, actually. So if you want to donate to Dogs Basketball, we have 2 opportunities here, one through Cash App and the other one's through Venmo. You can donate directly to either one, and that's going to show the support to help us on our road to Atlanta. It's going to help with transportation costs. It's going to help with hotel costs. It's going to help with a lot to show the support that we need on our road to Atlanta. And so everyone, please, if you would like, donate, buy some merchandise, like, subscribe, and share, please. It really means a lot to us. I posted this in the chat there so that way you guys can see it, and you guys will be able to kind of help out accordingly as well. But most importantly, we need all the support, all the energy for this Saturday's game in Newcastle, Delaware. It will be live streamed here on the OG Network starting at 12 o'clock. And when I tell you it's going to be electrifying, it's going to be a great game of basketball, you don't want to miss it. I'm telling you, it is. Let me see. How do I put this? You're going to see somebody get dunked on. You're going to see somebody get a 3-point shot made in their face. You're going to see somebody get crossed over. And it's going to be like, from between both teams, it's going to be very electrifying. Great basketball being played. And then on Sunday, with like little to no turnaround, we're playing right again. And the same thing, electrifying games. Somebody's going to get dunked on. Somebody's going to get crossed over. Somebody's going to get a three-point shot made in their face. But it's going to be great basketball that you don't want to miss out on. Again, we appreciate all the support. We appreciate everything that you guys have been doing for us so far. And so, support Dogs basketball. That's all I can say, because some big things are coming for Dogs basketball. We are, and I say we are, about to be on the market for a hype team. We are about to be on the market for a dance team. We are right now putting together a women's pro basketball team. So, women's, ladies, if you play basketball and you are in the Delaware tri state area, wherever you are that's close by Delaware and want to play basketball, reach out to Dogs Basketball on Instagram, and I will get you all the information that you need. We are in the process of getting finalized for 501c3 to start our AAU travel team as well. So we're going to need all the support from the community. And the good thing about all three teams, the youth, the ladies, and the men, in the summer of 2027, all three teams have the opportunity to go to Costa Rica and play internationally. So again, all your support really does help when it comes to supporting Dogs basketball, because it's not just a basketball team, it's a culture, it's a family, and that's what we're trying to make it overall. And like I said, in the summer of 2027, we will have the opportunity to go to Costa Rica and play 2 games against the national teams out in Costa Rica. And we have some other team bonding events that will be going along with it as well. On top of that, right, is like I said, we got the ladies team, we got that, but we're going to be joining a summer league as well. So even though our season may end in, even though our season will end in April, we'll have the rest of April, all of May to prepare for the following season, which is in June. It starts in June and then it goes all the way until hopefully September. And then that will pick us right back up into our ABA basketball season as well. And so, like I said, a lot of good things are coming and a lot of good things are going to be happening for Dogs basketball as an organization as a whole. And so we'll just take it at that. But Dogs basketball will win. Dogs basketball is electrifying, and you can admit it if you want to at that, right? But when we look at the game and how the game is played, basketball as a whole, how many people actually know where basketball started? Basketball started with a basket. It was a peach basket at that. And I believe it was a soccer ball as well. And it was like 9 or 10 people on the floor for one team at a time. It became so popular that they had to change the basket and develop the basket more and more, and they made more rules to it, to where it was only 5 people on the floor at a time for one team, and it became the basketball game that we know today. Basketball, however, too, was used as a ministry to share the gospel of Jesus Christ through the YMCA. So, like, it basketball in itself is a decent sport to play, but you got to know the roots and the history of the stuff that you're doing and talking about, because if you don't know what you're talking about, don't talk trash. I mean, I know what I be talking about sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. But when it comes to basketball and the teams that I support, Philadelphia all the way, let's go. I know a good amount of history about my teams. And win, lose, or draw, I'm still a Philly fan no matter what. I don't need to jump ship from a team down south to a team up north to a team on the West Coast. It's no need to do any of that stuff, because you know what we call y'all here on Unfiltered Sports? We call y'all irrelevant. We call y'all bandwagoners. We call y'all somebody who only care about your feelings. And guess what? I don't care about your feelings. Because again, you can mess around and find out if you want to. But if I make you cry here on Unfiltered Sports, guess what? I don't care. Because we're not here to protect your feelings. We are here to give you unbiased take. We are here to keep it real. I keep it real, man. I'm just saying. This isn't me being calm. It's probably because I got this amazing cheesecake milkshake in my hand right here. But it's hockey season back in play, and the Flyers are playing tonight. And we talked about hockey the last time, but people who are geographically challenged, it's really crazy because how you a basketball fan, a football fan, a baseball fan, but you leave one of the more electrifying sports out of hockey, where their teeth get knocked out, where people's necks get sliced by the ice skate, the blade of the ice skate, where people get thrown into the glass. And the only sport that I've seen so far that allow you to fight and knock somebody out, if I'm not mistaken, it was Team USA. Team USA in the first 30 seconds of the game had 3 fights. This wasn't this year, but this was a while ago. But 3 fights. You're about winning. He said he's about winning. So go Golden State. Did Golden State win the NBA Finals last year? Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot. His name is SGA in OKC. They won the NBA Finals last year. And guess who had to go through? Golden State Warriors. Guess who they had to go through? LeBron James. So I wait. What are we talking about here? Again, here's your invitation to come live here on Unfiltered Sports. We waiting. Put $1 in the channel for every time I have to say we waiting for you to get on this show. Because last time I checked, you all talk in the chat, but you can't do it live. I'm just saying. I'm about to smoke. So take it how you want to take it. Because when them dogs is hosting that trophy, I'm going to laugh at you and say, I told you so. And when the Sixers is holding that trophy, I'm going to laugh in your face and I'm going to say, I told you so. When the Phillies hosting that World Series again and they win, I'm going to laugh in your face and say, I told you so. And when the Flyers finally won the Stanley Cup, I'm going to laugh in your face and say, I told you so. And you can't forget about the universal language of sports. It's called soccer. And when the Philadelphia Soul win the championship, I'm going to laugh in your face and say, I told you so. Because when it comes to Philly sports, we don't mess around. We take pride in the teams because we root for all the same teams in Philly. We don't bandwagon and we don't just jump ship because somebody is doing really good. Man, last time I heard, that's just, you just can't say that on here because it's inappropriate. But you just got a lot of gawk 3000s going on. You just got to cut that out, man. You just wipe your face clean, start fresh, and stick to one city, one talent. You'll be good. But with the game on the line, I'd rather have Steph Curry take that final shot over LeBron James. We know the Steelers is trash anyway, so they ain't got Mike Tomlin no more. Huge shout out to Villanova as well. Villanova's doing really good. They're going to make the NCAA tournament this year. They're going to make it pretty far in that tournament, and I hope to see that they win another March Madness title sooner rather than later as well. It's called the Broad Street Bullies, so mess around and find out if you want to. How about that? But enough with the trash talk here on Unfiltered Sports. Again, the Cash App and the Venmo is in the chat for anyone that wants to support the Delaware Dogs basketball team. We really appreciate all the support. If you want to buy a hoodie, whether it's a mental health hoodie or a regular Dogs hoodie, just let me know. We can get you those hoodies mailed directly to your house. Just message us on Instagram at dogs_basketball_, and that's dogs_basketball_ on Instagram, and we will be able to accept your message, and then we could talk about the merchandise and buying the merchandise or whatnot from there. And so again, I really appreciate all the support. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please tune in live Saturday, and let's flood this chat with support for Dogs basketball this Saturday as we face Burlington Thoroughbreds at 12 p.m. And then let's get ready for Sunday as we face the Uptown Ballers from Philadelphia as well. So with that being said, I'm going to give you the rest of your night back. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Much love. I'm Shaq Mack, and I'm your host for Unfiltered Sports, where I don't care about your feelings, where we want all the smoke, we want all the heat, but we want unfiltered opinions here on Unfiltered Sports. Y'all have a good night. Y'all stay classy. Go Dogs.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.